Yo, what's good, y'all? You Dub back here again, here in 2019. Let's get it. What's left of it? And y'all know I say I bring more fresh new content, and I'm starting to talk about more of my thoughts with the martial arts, more of my thoughts with now more armed combat and such, because I know you know, a lot of y'all are fans. Number one of fiction, but y'all also a lot of y'all are fight fans, whether boxing, MMA, but on some real self defense, practical stuff. Okay, and you see this title, Bojutsu, the it's the perfect armed combat. Okay, for those who don't know what Bojutsu, look it up. A bow. Now we're talking about a bow and arrow, but Bojutsu, a bow is a pretty much a long staff, and there's more specific to it with the martial arts, but for Western folk, that's kind of how I would refer to. We're talking staff fighting. Now, it's just famously in fiction with Donatello of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, for example. You do have guys like Stick, and with the mentor, the sensei of Daredevil, Matt Murdock. You see other staff and stick fighters throughout fiction. My man, what's my man's name? One second. Had to look him up for a second. To remember his name, Seo Han Ryong from the God of High School. Now he had all kinds of weapons, but he mainly was with that staff game, baby. Woo! Here's the reality of the situation. I know people bring up Nas, and I love Nas. I love blades. Right? People bring up Kenjutsu. They bring up swordsmanship. All kinds of blades, katanas. Love katanas. Will hopefully get my own collection. If I get wealthy like that, we'll get legitimate, real katanas. Love them. Okay, love weapons. They bring up this, that, and the other. But the reality is, Bojutsu, staff fighting, is the best form of armed combat. Now you can say, well, if I have a gun, if you have a gun. See, all other forms of combat when it comes to armed combat are conditional. Okay? They're conditional. Now, I'm going to say some stuff in this video that will probably make the purists and the traditionalists hate me. Y'all know I don't care. And y'all know I keep it real. And I'm very practical. Okay? So, here's the thing. Guns. Have no problem with firearms. Support firearms. I'm not one of these people out here. No, I'm for it. You're not always going to have a firearm. And in fact, in most cases, in most places, firearms are not allowed. Especially if you live in a city like I currently do. You don't need one in the city I do. It's very, very safe. I would argue easily one of the safest cities on the planet. But you're not going to have access to a firearm all the time. I mean, most of us don't possess. We don't own a firearm, right? So let's X that out. Also, you have a limited capacity magazine. A lot of us don't be in the range training. Even police or the cops don't be out here training like that. So just keep it in mind. Knives. Well, here's the thing. What kind of blade we dealing with here? Are you dealing with my K-bar that I could show you? Are you dealing with a switchblade? Are you dealing with a singular one? What kind of blade you dealing with? And again, are you well versed in handling it? Okay. But also there's an issue of range and things of that nature. There's an issue of being disarmed. There's an issue of having the knife used on you. Okay. Swords, you're probably not ever going to have a sword. Let's keep it honest. One all the way 1,000. Okay. Now, Bojutsu. Bojutsu, like I mentioned, there are other technical breakoffs and other martial arts for other specific types of stick fighting and whatnot. There's also mixing, I think, Baritsu. I want to say, I don't want to be butchering the name, but there's a British martial art that arose back in the late 1800s, late 19th century, and it involved cane fighting. I mean, there's cane fighting. Like I said, there's elements in other ones. But here's the thing with Bojutsu that's beautiful. Number one, range. You can hit, it uses, if you're talking about staff, let's start with the staff, okay? Circular object, long circular object. You have a range. You can keep them away. You can bash them. it's beautiful with the offense and defense. You can stab, you can do so many effective things. You can disable somebody, you can intimidate, you can keep them away from your person ever getting into you. You can both fluidly block and defend, as well as fluidly attack. You can do a figure eight motion, you can do all kinds of trick stuff, you can be simple with it. I found out that I'm naturally with the blade, with the knife. Swords, depends on the blade, and depends on the weight distribution. But I found out that staff objects, they just come natural to me, because I remember there was these pugilist sticks, all right, and school fair they held annually. As I got older in my high school years, we had this, and I would be winning. And the only times I lost was two things: either I got gassed, I got tired, I had won like 10, 12 straight, against peers or younger kids, or I faced this older gentleman. He was a dad or whatever, just stocky, strong. We would have battles, bro. And finally, I was tenacious as hell, and he would finally maybe take me down. And then, it would be this grand cheer because I became the jug. I was just like taking down the juggernaut. All right. And so it was great. It was so much fun. I loved it. But pugilistics taught me. And then I remember, now you've heard, if you watch my video with Itorio and Nitorio, I mentioned, you'll hear me talk about him probably frequently on this channel. Sensei Master James. Okay. He was former training partner and a teammate of my pops back in the day. He had a dojo, and in his dojo, I remember and there were certain styles that I preferred. Okay, and he was like, he recognized he's like, wow, you really, because of my stance, okay, was very balanced and whatnot. Now, I utilize and take skills from football, basketball, different things I've learned, baseball, and incorporate it in everything, the martial arts, from dance and everything. All things are connected. Life is a web. Okay, so you probably have learned proper stances if you play different various sports and done various things, and they will help you out in other areas in life. They really do. How I work is helped out by my athletic background, as well as the martial arts. Okay, so just keep that in mind if you deal with physical manual labor, like every job I've ever had. The thing is, my balance, and he noticed how I attack. See, a lot of guys go for these overhanded. Think of the guys who attack with the pool sticks or attack with the bat. They're up here. They be trying to do some Anakin Skywalker as Vader and these powerful strikes. You leave yourself open. With a bow, pow, 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 hit you like with a jab, like a rapier. You hit somebody, and you hit them with power. You hit them with force, and it doesn't take much. It's just, and your retraction game can be good too. Just like someone who throws out a good jab, the retraction game is good. So you're able to defend yourself as well as attack. It's the perfect transition between offense and defense. Unlike certain swords where, you see that? A bow, you can do this, 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 this. I can hit you. I'm guarding all angles, and I can defend against opponents at all angles. And it applies the same rules of Bojutsu if you're unarmed. See, with other fighting styles, they train you to fight to the weapon. Now, the weapon should become an extension of who you are, but if I'm fighting as a swordsman with a big blade, and I do those big, lumbering, cumbersome strikes, that's not good when you're unarmed. But if you fight like you would with a bow, you can easily change that up. Ridge hand, spear hand, jab, straight. You can easily learn to defend with the kicks, low blocks, high block, elbows, knees. They're all the same katas that you would do effectively in a number of martial arts. So it not only trains you and how to fight with the weapon, but it trains your body in proper combat. Excuse me. It trains your body in distance, range, timing. Okay? What happens if it gets up and ugly with an opponent who's rushing me? You learn to pinpoint accurately attack a knee or attack a rib if that's what you want. Attack certain parts of the body. This move is the same as this move. This move is the same as this move. You see? Also, the beautiful thing about Bojutsu, I'm looking at a broom right here in my room. Or if you picked up, let's say, a pool stick, a baseball bat, a piece of rebar, and a construction site, or certain just wooden object, a wooden stick. I remember there was at the spot I reside, probably, geez, maybe 8 months ago or so. I picked up something and I love the lightweight and the effective nature of it. I was practicing, and it had been a while since I practiced my katas. Now, I never got officially trained in Bojutsu. It just, like I said, comes natural. But I was practicing my katas with it. This random object, any random long extended object, you can use Bojutsu. It is the most wide range, versatile armed martial arts you will ever come across. If you don't want to get up and ugly with people, or if you want to make sure things get settled down and you're not grappling, you grab something that's long and extended. You grab a broom. If you're a woman, who's concerned about grabbing a broom, them old wooden brooms and whatnot. I don't know if you've been hit with a broom, but that shit hurts. All right? You can hit it. Same exact movements you would use with Bojutsu. The exact same stuff. And I ain't trying to make this video too long, but what I'm saying is, when I say perfect, now that doesn't mean there is no technical perfect martial art. But as far as compared to every other armed form of martial art, it doesn't get better than this. It's the most high quality, highly effective armed martial art. Of course, if you want to bring lethal into it, grab a gun. Grab a sword. Also, most of us ain't trying to drop bodies out here, son. We're not trying to get prison sentences or end up in the damn morgue. Watch somebody outside the head, see if they want to still keep trying to step to you. Exactly. Unexpected one to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me your thoughts. Let me know if you want to know more, see more of these videos. I plan to do more, martial arts, especially armed martial arts. Give my thoughts on various stuff. I will definitely address questions and my perspectives on various philosophies and you name it. All right, y'all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night. Peace. Let me know if y'all have ever practiced any of this. It's really tight to hear what y'all have to say.